Hey guys, welcome back to Ottoex, a channel where we feature some unique vehicles from around the world here on YouTube. A lot of them we sell, some of them we just present for the fun of it and the passion of it. In front of me today, you are looking at a 1997 Toyota Granvia. The Granvia was a Toyota van that was sold only in the Japanese market. This body style, however, was offered in a few different markets throughout the world. Starting from 1995, it was in Europe known as the hiace SBV, or short bonnet version. This was the successor to the hiace 100 series, a safer, more comfortable, more modern upgrade to those hiace 100s. And if you've ever driven a hiace 100 and you drive one of these, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. So this one is powered by a really similar drivetrain to a similar yeared hiace. So it's got the 1KZ TE, which is a 3-liter turbo diesel engine, very efficient, more modern, more powerful. It's got more pep in its step compared to the ones that came before it, such as the 3L, which is the 2-liter non-turbo. These engines were used in a wide variety of cars, from Prados to 4Runners to Hiluxes, to hiace 100s, and a lot of others as well. So we're gonna get into this vehicle. I just walked around the outside. We'll go through some of the details outside, inside, and we will even take it for a drive. So come along with me on this journey and let's get into it. We've got really nice alloy 15-inch original Toyota rims wrapped in newer tires. This is presented in its original two-tone paint. The body, the exterior, the interior, this is all original. This is how it left the factory from Toyota. There have been no modifications to this van. And we are presenting this one for sale. So it is now being offered through our company here in Portland, Oregon. If you're interested, give us a ring, check us out on our website, our Instagram, or just keep watching this video. So, the van is about the same size as a hiace 100. They're really nice because they are taller, they have straighter sides, more of a boxy setup, so it's really good for camper conversions or just overall headroom and space if you're going to be spending more time in the van. This one was sold new at Fukui Toyota. There's the dealer sticker right below the factory 4-wheel drive sticker, 3.0 diesel. The paint just presents so nicely on this. Let's try to get you guys a closer look. And it's like this all around. There's really no blemishes, no fading, no clear coat failure. It's got the cool optional factory rear spoiler. This is your backup mirror, which essentially works as a backup camera of sorts. So again, we've got these 15 inches all around. The only flaw I can mention is this, which is just a little press in here at the bottom of the sliding door. It's a really common area, but it's really, as you can see, barely noticeable. So yeah, let's look inside. Really nice door cards, super big map pockets, integrated speakers, this wood trim, of course, power windows, all the good stuff. This is a 1997. We've got super plush, and I might say so myself, very comfortable seats. These are exceptionally comfortable. You'll have to sit in them yourself to see what I'm talking about. Original floor mats. The van, for 90,000 miles, you would think it's got less. Like, you know, this presents like a 20, 30,000 mile vehicle. It was obviously really well taken care of. Cool thing about this one is it has a really convenient drop-down center console. It just folds right down and you can pass through to the back. Or clip it up for 4 cup holders and 2 more. Wow, 6 cup holders. Who would have thought? This is your glove box, essentially. You don't have one here, but you do have a passenger airbag and a driver airbag. Let's swing around to the driver's side. I'll give you guys a look through those controls. Door card's in good shape. Door controls, master switch. Power seat. Everything works as it should. That's kind of premium. The condition speaks for itself. All right, stepping in, we've got our backlit cluster, power mirror, and retract functions. Yes, they will retract back and forth for those tight parking situations. Here is your CD, factory CD, AM, FM tape deck, works great. And your auto AC heater controls. You can control the rear cooler and heater, and then the front and the rear and front defrosts. All that stuff is pretty self-explanatory. Your clock. Showed you guys that. Here's your parking brake. And above me, we've got your little upper console here with and a pop-up sunroof, which you push this and it just pops up like that for venting, clicks down like that, and we've got a much bigger moonroof in the back, which is power. Some instructions there in Japanese. Let's go around back, check that out. Also want to show you guys these really cool window visors. So they block out rain. They're the oversized version, factory. Really thick, really sturdy, good quality stuff from the boys at Toyota. All right, let's check out the rear. Sliding door, glides open. It's all in really good shape. Previous owners added a little scuff plate cover here. They were obviously very meticulous about keeping this van in good shape. This barely even has any scratches on it. Original carpets. All right, seating configuration. We've got 2 center row captain's chairs. These rotate and they also slide as far as these middle rails go. On the outer rails, you've got this bigger bench, which is a 3-seater, and that can come all the way up. You just pull this lever and it just slides like that, locks in to different positions, and you can push it all the way back. Very modular in design. So give you a little bit of reference here. I'm sitting and I've got tons of room in front of me. Soft closed door. Curtains all around, which is cool. And we've got a big overhead light here. Give that a minute to turn on. So it's just great. There's a lot of space. If I swing over to this one, you can see, and these chairs rotate. Let's show you how that works. So down here, you've got 1 and 2 levers. This is your slider lever. And then you push this in, and then the thing rotates. Let's see if I can demonstrate with one hand here. Oh yeah, there we go. So it was that easy. Swing it around. And there it is. These captain's chairs are really nice. Let's sit in this one. And you've got something here that is even nicer. Let's pull this down. Footrests. So you can rest your feet, sit here in the, effectively the lap of luxury with your double armrests. And it feels kind of like you're in business class on a flight. Tilt the seat back. Man, that is comfy. Whew. I could definitely spend some long hours sitting in here as a passenger. Up ahead, got little reading lights for each person, and then you've got controls to your overhead air, and then down there, you've got controls to your rear heater. This window has some cool pseudo privacy. I mean, they all have this like factory OEM plus privacy netting shade on it. And I don't think this opens, but you know what? It might. Actually, I take that back. This does not pop out. But if we look at these two, yes, so there's a latch here. That vents out like that. That one does the same thing. There's speakers back here. It's got a really good sound system. Ashtrays have never been used. And yeah, I got this light up here. So it's just a super comfortable car. It is a 7-seater. And that seat does the same thing. You guys kind of get the idea, don't you? I think we can take it for a drive. I want to just demonstrate how easy this pass-through is. That's it. Just walk up and you're on your way. All right. It's the wrong key. Okay. Great. Another thing I'll mention is these keys. It's got 2 factory keys. This one's got a fob, which doesn't work, does it? Okay, let's take this for a drive. I've got 1 key, 2 factory keys here. I can show you guys some of the options, which is essentially this retract function for those tight parking encounters. Clock works. Radio sounds fantastic. Even got a nice bass. CD player, tape deck, haven't tested those. Safe to assume they work, but can't be 100% on that at the moment. The heat and the AC work well. Let's turn that on. Okay. AC kicked on, the idle kicked up. That displays the temperature in Celsius, of course. Hazards. That feels cool. turn that up to hot and turn that off. There's our heat. All right, let's take it for a spin. Try to give you guys the full driving experience here. As I said earlier, this one is, as of the time of this filming, listed for sale. So for any prospective buyers out there who might be wondering, what is this van like to drive? Well, I'll try to convey that. So very smooth, very plush. As far as the compliance goes, input controls, feeling of the seats, it all feels very comfortable, much more so than a similar year hiace with the same engine. This is a quieter van, it's a safer van. We've got airbags front, both passenger and driver. We've got an actual hood with engine access under the hood rather than under the floor or under the seats like you might find in another van or the hiace 100s prior. Power delivery is smooth and torquey. Steering, planted, firm, straight, goes straight down the road. The brakes stop, oh, that was the seat clicking into position. The brakes stop on the money. There's no pulsating, no sense of fade, or doesn't pull to any direction. Transmission shifts through all the gears. This has had regular service in Japan up until we acquired it earlier this year. And there is a record of timing belt change and so on and so forth. That said, these are all older vehicles. So if you are shopping for one, just understand that they're older vehicles. They're not brand new. They don't come with warranties. You kind of got to know what you're getting involved in. That said, we do our very best to source the cleanest, most well cared for examples of 25-plus-year-old vehicles out there. We have very high standards. We are very, very picky with the vehicles we choose to run into inventory. So, we do our best to make sure they're road trip ready. We drive them all several hundred miles and get them road tested and repair anything incidentally as we find things. So I just do want to kind of disclose that. That said, this thing drives great. It is in fantastic shape for the odometer reading, and the overall condition presents like a much lower mileage vehicle. So as I said, 100% original. It does have a turbo timer, which I will demonstrate if I can demonstrate later when we turn the van off. It essentially lets you run the van maybe 25, 30 seconds after you want to get out of it. So you take the key out, still running, lock the doors, still running, and then it'll turn off. Basically what that does is it allows time for the turbo to cool down, for the oil running through the turbo to circulate, so it supposedly prolongs the life of your turbo. It's a very 1990s mindset. A lot of new information has come out on these turbo diesels, of course, by now, and engines have changed. So it may not be super necessary, but it's always a good idea to let your engine warm up and cool down, especially if it's a turbo diesel. The cool down is important. Just give it, an extra half a minute to kind of idle before you turn it off, especially if you've been running it hard and flogging it right before, you don't want to flog it and then just shut the engine down. That's really just not a good habit. So little tidbit, factoid for you guys if you didn't know that already. But man, this thing cruises. The seating position, I can see everything. You feel very commanding of a presence. It's comfortable, it's quiet. If you have been looking at hiaces and you're like, well, maybe safety, there's no front end, there's no crumple zone, there's where the airbags. This might be a really cool consideration if you're in the market for a four-wheel drive diesel Toyota van. The Granvia is also later known as Grand Hiace, the smaller version, which is the Hiace Regis, or the Regis Aces as well. There's a whole bunch of different monikers. They're all essentially the Hiace SBVs, the short bonnet version of the Hiace, the predecessor design-wise to the Hiace 100. So they're cool vans. I really like them. I think they offer a whole lot of utility and function and safety. They're more geared for American roadways, more so than a Hiace 100. They drive faster, they're geared longer, they're safer, they're quieter. Whole list of reasons. Of course, engine access and familiarity for that, for working on it, for your mechanic to not be scared away that the engine's under the seats, which is silly, but some guys don't want to do that. I mean, I get it, it can be annoying. But anyways, this 97 Granvia, check it out on our website, Ottoex.com, or Instagram at Ottoex. If you guys are into these vans, maybe you're not shopping, maybe you're an enthusiast, you want to watch videos, you want someone's opinion, you want to watch us drive them, walk around them, talk about the features, well, just stay tuned for more, because we always have more stuff like this coming out. We've got a whole lot of special videos in the pipeline. Once we get the time to edit them, it takes time to make these videos and to edit them. But we appreciate your support. Thanks for watching as always. And yeah, if you like it, give us a thumbs up, hit the subscribe or ring the bell if you want some notifications. A lot of these vehicles we sell, we post them on here as soon as we have them for sale. Some of them go pretty quick. So, you know, stay in touch. Thanks for watching as always. We'll catch you guys on the next one.